Hi, I'm Rick Burnley, editor of Kayak Angler magazine, and I'm here today with Vibe Seaghost 110. Now the 110 really means 11 feet because this boat is 11 feet long. It only weighs 62 pounds, but it's a really solid, stable platform for fishing. The hull of the boat is pretty wide and pretty broad. It does have some channels down the middle of it to help with tracking and maneuverability, but in general it's a pretty wide boat and very stable, very easy to stand up and fish in, even though it's only 11 feet long, which makes it easy to maneuver and get into tight places. It's a great boat for closed waters, backwaters, short trips, and small cars or trucks to transport it or places to store it. Real convenient boat. And the great convenience of this boat is that when you order it from Vibe, it comes already with a paddle, a seat, a rudder, and of course the kayak, and the kayak is fully rigged out, ready to fish. Some of these features are great on this boat too, and high quality as well. One of my favorites is the the locking bow hatch here with a sock for your gear inside of it. Real easy to use. Also a center hatch here in the middle. It's not drilled. I mean, it's not cut open to access the hatch. the hull. But you could easily cut it open if that's what you want to do, or make it into a live well, or leave it like it is as a gear track. And it has a top with pre-drilled holes for rod holders and electronics. There's a special scupper here in front of this center hatch that accommodates a transducer cable and a space underneath to hold a transducer so it's not rubbing on the rocks and stuff like that. Real easy to add electronics to this boat. Gear tracks on either gunnel, pad eyes to tie things down. I love these handles both on the gunnels and on the stern and the bow, and especially the gunnel handles. You just find it so easy for flipping the kayak over, carrying it, moving it around the yard and stuff. Wouldn't have a kayak without some side handles here. It comes with a paddle. It's an aluminum blade, plastic blade. Aluminum shaft, plastic blade paddle. Little heavy, little clunky. If I was going to buy this boat, the first thing I would do is probably upgrade to a nice paddle. I always recommend the nicest paddle you can afford. Makes it easier to maneuver your boat, and you can go easier, longer distances. But it also makes it more enjoyable to use your boat. Save this paddle in the bow as a backup in case something happens to your other paddle. But it's nice that it comes with it, so you're ready to get on the water as soon as the boat hits your front yard. This is a mesh 2-stage seat, so it's a high-low seat. It's easy to move up and down. It's held in with bungees, so you just lift it up in the bungees and set it down in the molded-in base for the seat. Anyway, padded mesh, so it's breathable and comfortable. Not too high, not too wide, so it doesn't get in the way when you're trying to paddle. Great little seat, real comfortable. Comes with flush mount rod holders here in the stern, 2 of them covered up, and another small hatch in the day hatch in the stern. The stern well is not really big enough to hold your regular size crate, but it's plenty of room to throw some gear and dry bags or whatever, and you've got so many hatches on this boat that you don't really need a crate. You've got your vertical rod holder storage here, and then of course it comes with this rudder too, which I actually found really handy on a small boat like this, especially in windy conditions. It can be tough to control, and so the rudder made it really easy to maneuver this boat and keep it going and drifting in a straight line, and made it much more easy to use. And it's got these tow rudder controls, real nice rudder controls. They're real responsive, and I tell you, we picked this thing apart and paddled it all over the place and tried to find a lot of problems with it, but for a package boat that comes in the mail, and any boat really, it's a competitive ride and a great kayak for either getting started or adding a kayak to your livery, or adding a smaller boat to your quiver. And we really enjoyed it. This is the Vibe Seaghost 110, and I'm Rick Burnley, editor of Kayak Angler magazine, and you're hooked up.